that this is take three. This is take three. That this is a first on my podium where I am not able to send a request to my guest. Oh dear, welcome for the third time to anybody who could have missed this Instagram saga. This is Annie D right here on the purple couch, on the purple sofa, getting absolutely real with my guest. And I am telling you, it cannot get as real as this. Us trying to connect and missing it totally. So we're trying to think of strategies, and Instagram is not helping. They refuse to help us. Somebody, if you work on Instagram, help us out. Amra, good to know that you're in. Good to know that we have your support. Smithy, good to know that you're in. Lots of people connecting. Bhagyashree, good to know that you're trying to connect as well. Do try and send me requests, and I can be on your show if I'm not allowed to request you to come onto mine. I knew this would be an issue, but we are going to try. We are women of strength, and even if it means you send a request at least 20 times, we are going to try and fit it in. Divya, good to know that you're in. And I will, again, for the third time, give a lovely introduction. Oh, my next guest, Bhagyashree, what can I say? Fantastic woman. We've tried 3 times. Gorgeous woman. Shot to fame, so many years ago with that iconic movie, Maine Pyar Kiya Hai. And we are Maine Pyar Kiya. Sorry, apologies. And, and people asking me, oh God, to come live. Yes, I'm trying. Lokendra, good to know that you're into. Well, anyway, my next guest, we're trying to get onto my podium. So we were looking forward to having a heart-to-heart today. For some reason, the Instagram stars are not aligned to allow it to happen, but we are going to try. I know, thank you, Smithy. Those icons are so appropriate. Well, my next guest, shot to fame, and she has stayed in everybody's mind since then. You cannot forget her face. She's also part of royalty. The Marathi royal family of Sangli, and her father is actually the Raja of Sangli. And I'd also like her on my program, and it would be lovely to have her. And I am just wondering, you know what, Bhagyashree, I'm going to have to wait for you to send me a request. I'm going to sit here pretending to look busy. I really am. Oh, loving this. If somebody says, when they say what more could happen, what more could happen? Well, this is an example of what more could happen on a live show. This is the fun of live, where you're trying to have a live conversation and it's just not happening. Tareem, it gives me a great opportunity to say hello to people as well. Tareem, hi. Hey, how are you? Are we from Turkey, Indonesia? I remember Tareem talking to you. Oh, we've had conversations on Instagram. Oh, yes, we have. See, I don't forget. And I don't forget a face, definitely. Not like that. Beautiful woman. Love the outfit. Oh dear. So Bhagyashree, do send me a request. I'm not going to try and send you one. It's not going to go. How is it happening? And she was looking gorgeous as well. Just imagine to have such a gorgeous woman on my couch. And only I can say this. Anyone else? Akshay, good to know that you're in. Who else is there? Oh my God, I'm missing the names and I'm scared to even move them up and down. Yep, I'm waving to everybody that's on. Oh dear. Akshay, we can have a conversation while I'm waiting for a request. And believe me, even though I'm waiting for a request, just to clarify, it's not me that's being interviewed, but it's the only way we're going to get a conversation. So let's see. Otherwise, you know what? I'm afraid, fans, it's just going to be me and Bhagyashree on an audio call chatting away. Oh dear. Just bear with me. Let me try. Let's try. I knew that. We are going to try this. We are warriors. You're from royalty, and I'm a woman on the sofa waiting. We are warriors. We're going to really try. So, Bhagyashree and I are having WhatsApp conversations here. We're trying to work it out. Both of us are so rubbish at this. It's unbelievable. For the amount of times that I have used Instagram, I haven't really improved, which is quite sad. And neither has the Instagram site. Come on. Honestly. Pritika, 29, good to know that you've joined in. We're trying to join in with my guest, and we're finding it awfully hard because I think her connection. Oh, let's see. She is live, so I know she's trying. She is waiting for me. Oh, she is waiting for me. Yeah, would she like to send me a request, and then I will agree to join. I will be summoned, and I will agree. I will agree to join. Oh dear, Jay, good to know that you're in. Oh dear, quite funny. Oh, this is hysterical. I know she's waiting, and so am I. You know, literally, we're not even saat samundar par, but we're definitely waiting for each other. I have tried logging out. It is a really good idea, but there is something wrong with her. Well, I'm not sure there's something wrong. I think it's something, and then log in again. I have tried, Smithy. I have tried logging in again. This is my third try, by the way. You know, I might even just talk to you when I wait. I didn't think. Oh, bear with me, people. Oh dear, I'm not sure if all of you were listening to that. Hey, actually, Bhagyashree, can you actually hear me while I am talking to my listeners? You can't hear me? No, she can't. So it's all cut off. So if there was a pause, it's because I was just talking to Bhagyashree, and apparently she can't send me a request and she can't receive mine. She's received other people's, but it's just not happening. So I'm not sure. We are going to give it about 5 minutes. I will get back to you and see what we can do. If we can't join on this platform, we are going to try on YouTube. So let's see what we can do, but stay on there. So it'll be Annie D. Oh, look, online joined in. Oh, well, that's good to know because you waved. I did wave. But right, so let's try. Go live. Oh dear, this is amazing. My hour will be up just doing this.
Okay, now I'm there on your platform.
Oh, well, we've got that right. Let's see how long this lasts. First of all, welcome. Okay. I'm going to say it really quickly. Welcome to the show, Bhagyashree, again.
Hi. All right. Amazing. Okay, finally.
Listen, I've decided your fantastic smile is going to give the energy like it did for that movie, Maine Pyar Kiya. I swear it was your 100-watt smile that boosted that movie. And hopefully, I think it's your smile that boosted this too. We tried. Let's see how long it lasts. So
we really tried, and yeah, okay, we're there. Okay, so hello everybody. Hello.
Listen, your movie almost 30 years ago, Maine Pyar Kiya Hai. It's an iconic movie that we all remember to date. And listen, why is it you hardly look any different to that time? Why is it you hardly look any different? I want to know. The world wants to know.
Well, the world wants to know. Well, if you ask my husband, he'll say, oh, you know what? I took care of her, and that's why she looks the way she does.
No, listen.
No, but honestly, I feel it's an entire journey, as we all know, because you can't possibly look and be what you were when you were in your 20s. And Maine Pyar Kiya happened about 30 years ago. So it's been an entire 30 years. It's 3 decades.
God.
I think what helped is the love of all these people that are hearing us right now. And they've kept me alive in their hearts. Also, I think the media has been really kind to me. Plus, I think every Valentine's or any special occasion, I think they keep on showing Maine Pyar Kiya again and again. So over the decades, even the audience has been connected with this movie for the longest period of time.
God, it's amazing. But hang on, I think I have found the secret to your eternal youth. You know why? Because I've been stalking your website.
Okay.
We're going to try and unveil some truths today, some tips.
Okay.
Right, so very quickly, let's hope, just before we go on, just a bit of a disclaimer, because I'm not sure how this works, whether the timing for an hour will allow us to speak for that long. So we might have to kind of stop and then start again. So anyway, we're going to carry on. Okay. But listen, before we go into, talking about health and stuff like that, tell me a little bit about your website and the website, the link that people need to go to get it into, information on what we're talking about right now.
What you're talking about, yes. So I have this website called bhagyashreeonline.com where I wanted to be connected with my fans, with people around, and give back to them what I have learned in during my course of my life. So be
Yeah.
it mind, body, soul, the places that I've visited, uh, the things and experiences that I've undergone, and I
Yeah.
wished to share them with the people, hoping that they would learn something from it, that it
Mm-hmm.
would help them. Not exactly a kind of advice,
Mm-hmm.
but when you hear people's real life stories,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere you kind of uh, connect with your own, and you can get a lot of experience through someone else's experience.
Yeah.
And it kind of opens up another world for you. Because people look at actors and they say, oh, they live such glamorous lives and
Yeah.
everything seems perfect. And they don't look at the other side of them being absolutely human, and they could have problems, and they could have dreams and aspirations and illnesses and heartbreaks and
Yes.
the works. I
Yeah.
mean, we are all human.
Yeah.
So it just gives you another insight toward a normal human being,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Because
And
otherwise,
yeah,
it's
good.
just too perfect, right? Isn't it? We just think you are this perfect poster picture, and that's all there is to it. And there's nothing else behind it. Where's the blood behind it? I mean, and this is
True.
what. And so I have to say that movie, you hit the screens with a bang. What, the age of 18? Is that how old
Yeah.
you were at the time? The age of 18, and you made an impact more than quicker than most people. And some people don't even have that impact after being have spent years on the circuit. Yet you didn't follow the norm. You didn't follow the normal route. Yes, you went into sideline into probably the south in terms of the film industry, but you took a major turning to healing and health. What happened? What was happening there? What instigated that?
Well, actually, family was the priority at that point of time, and I
Yeah,
had my babies, and I kind of concentrated on my family. But during that
yeah,
course of taking care of the family, I think I consider myself a normal woman.
yeah,
Most Indian women look after their homes, their husbands, their children. So I wouldn't
yeah,
say I did something different. But in that not doing something different, what we also do as women is not pay attention to our health.
yeah,
And usually it's only after the birds fly off from the nest, that means that when your children grow up and
yeah,
they get older and they're well being able to look after themselves, is when you realize that there are lots of things that you haven't done for yourself at all.
yeah,
And health is one of them.
yes,
So it was quite scary, in fact, when I realized one fine morning, it came like a shock to me that I couldn't move my right hand at all. And
oh,
for someone who's always been very, very active, and I mean, I was hands-on when my children were concerned. I'm
mm,
hands-on when my house is concerned. So it wasn't about having a battalion of servants to take, care of everything.
yeah,
I was personally involved in doing everything. And then one fine day you wake up to not being doing anything at all, and forget looking after your home and husband
yeah,
and family or anything. You're not even being able to look after yourself. And that's when it hits you that you haven't really been paying attention to your own body's
God,
aches, pains, the works. I think most women post 40 have this feeling.
yes,
And I've spoken to so many people after that, and something like a frozen shoulder is taken like a very normal thing that
yes,
happens in most people's lives. And they spend months doing physiotherapy and bearing the pain and not realizing that there is a solution to it. And it's not about just taking painkillers, but it's about healing your body from within,
yeah,
making it stronger from within, so that you're not left with pain for the rest of your life. You don't have to bear pain. I mean, God has given you a beautiful body, which
yes,
tends to recover by itself if you give it the proper time to
this is
rest,
it.
to heal, to repair. So you got
Yes,
to listen to your body,
right.
which most people don't end up doing.
Well, the reason being, though, Bhagyashree, because I think we come from a culture that almost makes you feel guilty for thinking about yourself, and especially if you're a woman. You know, if you're taking care of yourself, because I never saw my mother doing it. So in a way,
Right,
if I did it, it made me feel guilty that I'm spending too much time on myself. And I think this
right.
is what it is, and this is what we need to get out of. I think it's our culture as well. You know, so even though I was born and brought up in England, I'm still
Hmm.
Indian, and my mother was still very traditional. And I think I
Right.
felt guilty. And I think this is why I only had a very small mirror in my bedroom, because I hardly looked at it, because नहीं शीशे में इतना नहीं देखना है, कुछ ही गलत होता है. I mean, things like that. Forget anything else.
You know what? I basically feel that it's not about looking at yourself. I think it's just periodly told to every one of us as we are growing up that um, taking care of others is what
Is priority.
a
Yes.
priority should be there. And life, हिंदी में बोलते हैं, जिंदगी सार्थक तब होती है जब किसी और का ध्यान
Yeah.
आप रखते हो. You know, so it's not about self-love, it's not about self-attention, it's not about healing, it's nothing. It's about sacrificing.
Yes.
And I would say God didn't intend us to be
But
sacrificial.
not to suffer so
It,
much.
yeah, we're not meant to suffer. I mean, why would, if we say that we are all children of God, God wouldn't want us to suffer, right? He would
Yeah.
want all his children to be well taken care of. So when we don't take care of ourselves, we're not being true to ourselves. We're not being true to our gods.
No, but
So when we,
this
yeah,
Yeah, I
go ahead.
totally agree. I mean, what's really sad is, though, we need the metaphorical slap on the face or the kick in our, our rear to do something. It's like, if you're in an abused relationship, if you're in a violent relationship, if your partner has an affair, we only do things when something extreme happens, and that's what we need to stop. We need to be consistent and listen to
Yes.
ourselves. Why is it we're always too late? I think this is it, because we're not used to doing it. We're always too late on the game and looking back and thinking, hum ye karte to, humko dekhna tha to. We should have done this. But
Right.
we're always too late on the game. So my question is it possible to be on time to focus on ourselves? Is it possible?
I think it's the understanding has to start quite early, because
Right.
in our 20s, I think right now the younger generation is very focused on themselves, and
Yeah.
they do believe in looking after their health. And I think the Gen Next is more conscious of these things.
Yeah.
They're conscious when they have their babies. They want to get better soon. They want to get back into shape sooner. They are very conscious about what they are eating. I think the main problem happens when they follow fad diets or
Yeah.
just, kind of copy what other people are doing instead of understanding the reasoning, what makes things right. So what
Yeah.
you do in your 20s won't work in your 30s. What you do in your 30s won't work in your 40s and 50s
Yeah.
and there onwards. Because our body keeps changing with
Yeah.
a couple of years down, our hormones keep changing, and we have to kind of adjust to that.
Yes.
So as we adjust to the nature, we adjust to the monsoon, summer, winter,
Yes.
we have to even adjust to our bodies like that, and we have to give it that much time to repair, heal, adjust, change, and move on, which we don't end up doing, and no one teaches us to do that.
This is
So
it.
my
Yes.
my website basically tells you that you can improve your body at
Yeah.
any given stage the moment you decide to do so. People
Right.
talk about dieting by following, say, an artist,
Yeah.
like looking at us, and they say, "Oh, Bhagyashree aise dikhti hai, wo kya khati hai? We want to eat that." It doesn't work like that,
Yeah.
because the way you are brought up,
Yes.
आप कहाँ पर रहते हो, कैसे जीते हो, क्या खाना खाते हो, बचपन में क्या खाना खाया है,
Yeah.
are you living up north, are you living in, maybe
Yeah.
Delhi, Kashmir, Calcutta, are you living down south, are you living in Bangalore, are you living in Chennai, are you living in Bombay? Even the climate matters.
Wow.
The amount of people that are staying in your home matters, because if you're
Yes.
cooking food for 10 people all together, you're not going to be able to do the things that you'd
Yes.
probably do if you were just living by
Yeah.
yourself. So there are so many things that have to be taken into consideration when you follow a diet,
Yeah.
because it has to be consistent. It has
With
to
your
be a
lifestyle.
lifestyle change for
Absolutely. Yeah.
it to really work for you. Because anything done for a short period of time will have short results, and you will go boomeranging back to where you were.
Yes.
So that's why diets fail, health fails, and people don't realize, but they ruin their bodies in trying to fast forward into something that they believe they should be.
Well, this is
It's
it.
all a process.
Absolutely. And I was really interested, actually, that point on your website when you said every age requires kind of a different way of looking after yourself. So what are the main age kind of milestones that we should be looking at then? So at 20, is there a particular one? At 30? What are the main milestones then?
So I would say in your 20s, from your 20 to when you're 30, is the time where you really can build up on your calcium reserves, because after you're 30 is where the bone density starts decreasing. So from 20 to 30 is where you exercise well, you eat well, you build up your calcium reserves, you make sure that your body is doing all the healthy things. Unfortunately, that's also the time where you feel that you can get away with most of the things, so you end up doing all the wrong things.
This is it.
But I mean, that's precisely the age where post 30, when you realize that bone density is decreasing, people who haven't worked out, say till their 30s, who have basically led lives within their homes, on video games, watching television, that's the time that they have to realize that as they age, it's going to be very difficult to get their metabolism on a high. So it's important for them to start. So even if they start at the age of 30, they can start it gradually and then build it up. Because it's still a possibility to work things towards getting it better, or at least at a certain level where you can do your own things by yourself. By 40s, you usually have gone through a pregnancy and your body has gone through a complete turnover. And that's the time where your muscles start sagging. So for ladies, they have their I mean that's the time where you're concentrating on bringing up your children so much that you really don't have time to pay attention to your body as such. So I'm talking about the physical appearance, where you look at yourself in the mirror and feel, oh, I'm in the best of shape. That's where that becomes the last of your priority. So if you understand that you're doing that, you can take off that much time to pay that attention to your body to kind of better itself at that time. Post 40, of course, you start getting into the menopausal stage. So when you do that, when you do that, people really get scared of menopause because they feel that some of them, I mean, in the Indian culture, they feel that the femininity goes out of your body. कि भाई एक औरत जब माँ नहीं बन सकती तो okay, like हो गया, it's like done. No, and it's that thought process which brings about mood swings. It also creates problems mentally for you more than physically. And you start feeling that you're not good enough. Your vitality goes down. You feel a lack of energy. And I think it's a psychosomatic thing that affects your body. So it's something to do here more than what your body is doing. Because mentally you can push yourself, your body to move better and to improve yourself day by day. And that's something that we don't end up doing. Everyone thinks ki ab bas ho gaya, this is it. Life is finished. But I think honestly, exactly, life begins there because for me, you're done with your responsibilities and you can honestly concentrate on what you want to do. So I think that's the beginning of life, and that's also something that my website says, that you know what, the world is your oyster and you have to discover everything that you want to do. Go rush, get your dreams in order, travel. It's the biggest thing that you can do. Learn from the things that you see around you, meet different people, understand different cultures. The more that you are an extrovert and the more different kind of people that you meet, there's so much to learn from people,
So this is what we're saying. So the first step to the road to repair is the mental kind of, I guess, acceptance that we need to do something for ourselves. I think, is that what
Ourselves,
we're saying?
yes,
Right. It's like a big
absolutely.
GPS where you recenter on a GPS
Yes,
and
true, true.
right. So you've already told us. I think it's really interesting. And what was really interesting actually on your website, everything, all the remedies that you've had, they're all present in our Indian
In
larder.
our kitchens, yes, and in our kitchens,
Amazing.
it's so easily accessible. You know, we've got all the spices which give
Yeah.
us all our micronutrients. You know,
Yes.
people have started getting onto fad diets and saying, okay, let's count calories.
Yeah.
You know, you can't eat food with a calculator. I don't
Yes.
understand
I
how you'd
can't.
want to do that. You know, why would you want to start calculating the amount of calories that you're eating rest of the day? मतलब
Yes.
हिसाब तो आप धोबी का करते हो. Why would you want to do it with what you're
I know.
eating?
I
You know,
couldn't. My
so I
life
mean,
would be a misery.
then the second part is people want to divide it only into protein, fat, and carbs.
Yes.
That isn't the be all and end all. There are micronutrients which are so essential for the proper working of our body. Like you
Yes.
need zinc and you need selenium and you need iodine. And you know, people don't concentrate on this, and then they end up getting a thyroid deficiency, or they get
Like
a
me.
okay.
Like me.
Okay,
Like
okay,
me.
okay. So they end up getting those kind of problems. So
Yes.
you need to have a complete meal.
Yes.
And I feel that people don't understand. You cannot eat the same food every day.
Yeah.
They say eat a colorful palate. So that means we have so many vegetables, so
Yeah.
many spices. I think the Indian cuisine has got a world, it's got a plethora of things
Yes.
that you can eat and the combinations that you can eat.
Yes.
So I think we
It's
need to
amazing.
we need to experiment all of those foods.
Yes.
You can't
Absolutely
eat the,
agree.
yeah.
Absolutely agree.
You,
You know, my fingers did walkies, okay? And I did some research on this because your website actually inspired me to do a bit more research. And I saw
okay.
the list of the medicinal properties that all our
hmm
condiments and spices have. They go from being, you know, antibacterials to antioxidants, to
Right.
aphrodisiacs, for goodness sake. And
Yeah.
I never realized that garlic is an aphrodisiac. I mean, to me, it was like, doesn't it do the opposite? But you know, but it's amazing, and it is all in our larder. So, Bhagyashree, tell me this: why is it that we're all rushing towards the allopathic kind of a journey when we have all of this, you know, at our beck and call?
Because Annie, I think we have suddenly become used to the fast forward generation. We're
Yeah,
used to uh, instant gratification. You
yes,
know, we want things immediately, and we do not want to understand what the long-term effects would be. So when we talk about certain medications that are taken over a long period of time, and I've done that. The reason
yeah,
why I can say that is I've gone through a time where I had to take a bunch of tablets every single day. And the day I decided that I'm going to throw those tablets away and I don't care if
yeah,
I die because I can't live like that anymore,
yeah,
that was the time my healing started, because I
yeah,
just stopped putting rubbish inside my
yeah,
body. I was taking so much of medication that
yeah,
my body stopped absorbing real nutrition.
yes,
That's what happened. You have to allow your body to heal. You have to allow your stomach to energize and create those kind of juices to be able to absorb the nutrients. It's
yes,
like telling a child to go into school and expect him to give a 10th standard board exam when he's still in the first grade. You
yeah,
can't do that. You have to allow the child to grow up. Similarly, your
yeah,
stomach has to be trained to
yes,
learn how to absorb those nutrients.
yeah, I know,
So I
absolutely
think that
agree.
that is really, really important, where people don't understand that. They
Yeah,
want instant result ke abhi ke abhi theek hona hai.
but
That
this is
doesn't
it.
work like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So for the smallest thing, I mean, khasi hoti hai, doctor ko bulao, acha take one tablet in.
yeah,
Sardi hoti hai, take one tablet in. It doesn't work like that. You
yeah.
know,
So,
uh,
oh,
immunity has to be built over a period of time. Even today, with the COVID going on, what is a vaccination?
yes,
Vaccination is something that is allowing your body to create that immunity.
yes,
So that's even what what allopathic medicine is trying to do
Yes.
as a vaccination. And that's the only way that the humans can survive. When we're talking about viruses mutating themselves, our stomachs are also, there are over 300 billion microorganisms inside our bodies. And each of them have got a nucleus. And each of them have got a brain that can think for themselves. So can you imagine if this body has got so many microorganisms within themselves, and if they kind of form a force to fight off or ward off any invader that's coming in, it can do it, but you have to give it time.
Right. So we have to.
And I think this is exactly. Then this is what used to be there, right? In the beginning, when there weren't so many allopathic medicines, and they would give some, बच्चों को वो घूंटी पिला देते थे या something like that, you know. But it's also that you can't have quack doctors. So there are people who try and have these Ayurvedic medicines, but they try and mix it according to their own concoctions. It doesn't work like that. It's actually understanding what works individually for your body.
Right.
So there is a bit of experimentation that one has to do to be able to really understand what works for you.
Well, look, you're a nutritionist. I know that I've done the research. You're also a nutritionist. So amongst the many hats that you wear, mother, actress, nutritionist, I mean, you know, you're swapping them. Now, I'm hypothyroid, so where my thyroid is underactive. So what do you think what would you suggest? Do you think there's something that could kickstart that into action?
First and foremost, you have to get your B12 and vitamin D levels checked, because that's where really the metabolism of the body starts working.
Oh, right.
So these two levels have to be maintained, because these are the two most vital macronutrients that your body requires for rest of the metabolic activity to really work. There's also a lot of yoga that helps in activating the thyroid, when you understand where the thyroid gland is. So it's here. So when you do the Bhujangasana and you give this a lift, so you stretch the thyroid into activation. So this is again something that you have to do over a period of time to kind of activate the thyroid. The thyroid can also work, you have to understand from where it's coming. So there's a gland, which is the thyroid gland, but the message comes from your brain to the thyroid gland to start producing the hormones so that it activates the cells of your body, and so that it kickstarts your metabolism. So there are different kind of things that you're supposed to have for everything. So whether it's your THS that is gone haywire, or is it your T3 gone haywire, or is your T4 gone haywire, that's something that one has to understand and then work accordingly. So when people give blanket rules ki acha thyroid upar hai, thyroid niche hai, ye kar lo, ye chhod do, doesn't work like that.
Oh God,
you know, like people actually say, oh, give up on broccoli, give up on cauliflower, stop eating cabbage. Where are you going to get your nutrients from?
I don't know, because
it would take you it would take you almost 2 kilos of cauliflower to get your thyroid to stop working, and you would have to eat it kacha. So it doesn't work like that. Whatever. Yeah, but I mean, people tell you that cauliflower is going to give you a problem, but only if you eat it kacha, and only if you eat 2 kilos of it. But what about the other nutrients that cauliflower would give you? What about the other nutrients that cabbage is giving you? If you're getting it out of your meal, you are not allowing your body to get the nutrients out of some sabji that you would normally eat. And you would try and work around it for your body to understand how to absorb those nutrients.
Wow. I'm going
I would say that
access your website.
So it's of course a little bit of experimentation. It's also a little bit of understanding and paying attention to what your body needs.
Right.
And it's something that you have to do because you understand those changes.
Right.
So again, there's this whole world which is going like go vegan, stop using dairy. There are people who are saying, okay, go on keto. There are people who are saying, stop gluten. But they don't realize that not everyone is affected by all these things.
Yes. So
You know,
this is
so if you're saying stop gluten, if there's someone, say a farmer from Punjab, and he's eaten rotis all his life, so बचपन से शरीर को वो आदत है कि रोटी
yeah.
खाने की, and he's working out that much. He needs the vitamin B, he needs the gluten that is there in his food for him to get that much energy. Now, the same person comes to Bombay and sits on an office desk and starts eating, say, 6-8 rotiयां,
Yeah.
तो फिर नहीं होने वाला ना.
Yeah, you know,
And that's when he'll have to give up. Yeah.
No,
So one has to understand, the kind of work that one is doing, where you're coming from, and there are all these combinations, and that is why it's so important to get hold of a correct nutritionist, a correct dietitian if you don't understand it, and explain all these things to them.
Right.
So it's a very individually followed diet that one should follow. Experiment with yourself, understand yourself.
Right. So hang on a second. So that means, as a nutritionist, can I come to you to get some advice on how to mentally adjust, physically adjust, align my body, and to discuss the diet plan? Can I come to you then?
Absolutely. So we have that as Back to Basics on my website. On the right-hand corner, there's a Back to Basics knob. You just go on that. You choose the plan that you want to. And I don't take off too many people. I take very few people, so I can monitor them on a personal level.
Yeah.
And I just treat those people at that particular time. And I make sure that they never come back to me again, because they are so strong by themselves and they understand what they need and what their body needs.
I'm loving that. I tell you. But, how do you find time to do this? Because as I said, as I reeled off the list of hats that you're wearing, so you are not only doing this and taking people on, but you're also going back to the big screen. I hear rumors. Yes, such है fake news है.
नहीं बिल्कुल आ रहे. I'm finished doing 2 movies. One is Thalaivi with Kangana, which is based on the life of our CM Jayalalitha ji, and that would be releasing, I think, on the 23rd of April. And there's another film that we've finished, which is with Prabhas, and that's slated for July.
Wow.
So these 2 are over. The shoot's over, and I'm rearing to go for something new now.
So basically, you've gone through the path of repair. We have come to this gorgeous kind of face and figure and state of health. And see, this is how it works. So all you listeners, if you are still non-believers, right, just look at this face here, look at the energy, look at what is possible and what we can achieve. And you're returning to the big screen, Bhagyashree. Now, what roles are you playing in each of those movies? I want to know. Are you allowed to tell me?
Shh. That's something I want people to go and see.
Oh God, a little bit of a hint. Nothing. A teaser.
Well, no. See, in Jayalalitha's biopic, I'm playing Kangana's mom. She was also an actress, and she died a very young death before getting our daughter into films. So it's an autobiographical role which I'm playing, and the other one, I've done something that I've never done before, so that's why
no,
for Radhesham.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question from another direction. Okay, so let's see, is there any role that you haven't done that you will be looking forward to doing in the future?
Oh, there's so many of them, Annie, because I consider myself a newcomer. All my contemporaries have done so much of work.
Yeah.
When I'm coming back today and I see the youngsters around me, and I have so much to learn from them. And I always feel that, when people say, how old are you? I think I'm very young, because as long as you want to keep learning and you want to keep your antennas open and you say, okay, I'm ready to receive, you'll always be young. Because I'm never going to tell people, हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा होता था, अभी हम सिखाएंगे आपको. I'm not that. I go on the set with that nervous energy of, asking the director, okay, how do you want me to do this? So it's not like, okay, I will tell you how to work. No. I'm there. I really want to learn the entire newness that has come on the different platforms, be it web, be it OTT, be it movies.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much happening
Oh my
that
God, I can't wait.
yeah, I've just got all my antennas open saying, yeah, I want it.
I've got my antennas are searching now. Seriously. Have you ever done, or would you ever consider doing a negative role? Some role that people would hate?
You know, that's very interesting. The reason being that I've always believed that as an actor, you get to do all the things that you would otherwise never do.
Yes.
You know, so you can play out your fantasies. You can also behave into another. You just live different lives in one life.
God.
And I think that's spectacular.
Yeah.
The whole feeling of being an actor, you know, is that you can be what you want to be.
Wow. Oh,
so I would just love to do it. I just love to do it.
So you know what? From the time that you did Maine Pyar Kiya and to the time now, are you a different person, or not different person, but a different actress coming onto stage now?
I am also a different person, Annie.
Oh,
you know, when yeah, honestly, when I did Maine Pyar Kiya, I don't think I was confident. I wasn't confident as a person. I wasn't confident as an actress. I've come into my own now, and it's so beautiful because I know what I want. I know how to get it. I know that I need to absorb energies from different people to kind of glow more. So I want to be there and do different things in my life. So it's so much more better than being an introvert and kind of building walls around yourself, which is something that I did at that point of time, where I couldn't even enjoy the success that I had because I didn't know how to deal with it. So today I am a different person, and I think I'm so much more happier now because I know how, you know, I'm learning to live in the moment and absorb what I have around me at this time, feel that sense of gratitude, feel the energy, and
No, can I say something? Can I say something? Now, no, they're only you know, in the span, like, you know, I'm also learning over the so many years behind me. And I've seen many actresses come and go, and they're still there. And there are only two that caught my attention because of the radiance of their smile, right? And one of them was Neelam. I think it was Samir Soni's wife, I think Neelam Kotari. And the other one was you. And I have to this day never forgotten your smile. And may I say, and I say this in all honesty, otherwise I don't say this, you are more sexy, more attractive now than you ever were then, to me as a person. And so this is what is amazing to see. And this is what I love, this development. And when women are scared or, you know, of moving on, you know, that timeline, this is what we can be. They think they're finished, and they think, you know, but ho gaya waqt. What they don't realize, this is probably the sexiest, the best time. This is the best that you can be because you've got the confidence. I think it's confidence that gives you that kind of, I think that, I'm not sure what it is. It's that aura. It's that aura.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, you've given me so many compliments in this.
Honestly, but
Annie, honestly. So, I mean, I know Neelam from that time also, and I've always found her really sweet. And yes, she has a brilliant smile. But I would say, Annie, it's not just my smile or Neelam's smile. I think any person with a smile would look beautiful. Any person. Because I think a smile is the biggest thing that you can share with people and get some back for yourself. It kind of boomerangs.
It lights
and
up.
I feel happy. Yeah, it lights up. So I think most of the problems that one has in one's life, if one just smiles through it, one can get along, get through it in the worst possible periods of your life. And I think that's what matters. Having that sense of gratitude within yourself, ready to take on the obstacles that come in your life, knowing that you have the strength to overcome them. I think
Yes.
it's all this together, you know.
This is it.
So
I
I
mean,
think, yeah,
I'm overwhelmed, and you know what? Mentally, I'm also kind of taking note that it is possible. I need to, and while I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, you know what? I need to change myself. I need to change the way I do things, and I have developed. But I've realized that now, oh, you know, slightly older down the line, yeah, it's the confidence. And I am allowing myself to smile because also when I was younger, my mother used to say, Annie, jada hi hi ha ha nahi hota hai, ha ha hi. I can't remember the order. Ladkiyan log itna nahi haste. And I'm thinking, I
right,
can't help but smile and laugh because I just love to do it. And these are the people, I mean, people want to hang around people who are happy. And so, really, if you can control the mind, look after your body, and take a conscious decision to be healthy. And if they look at your website, they can see this. There are so many, it's not
right,
complicated. Everything is in your larder. That you can be this
absolutely.
fantastic person and nothing can stop you. You've come back again. And I feel that you are going to be bigger, metaphorically, bigger and better than ever before. And I can't wait to see you on stage. I really can't.
Well, as they say, आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
Oh, fantastic. So, oh, you know, and you know what? I mean, talking about laughing, look at our struggles today. Trying to get onto Instagram, you know, either we could have cried, we could have said, forget it, but we laughed and joked, you know, and I've got to thank absolutely everybody because everybody who is listening today has probably has persevered and they have laughed with us. And so there are many
Yeah,
ways that
I
you
mean,
can
it
take
was like, oh my
motivation.
God, you know, and like, are these women ever going to get it right?
I know, but
But
this is what it is about life. I mean, that's what. But I love the fact that you can laugh and joke, and just handle it. It's see what I've realized over time. I'm not sure if it's the same for anybody else. Life happens to you fine, but it's how you handle it that counts. So either I can
absolutely,
just sit here and do nothing and just cry and wonder and regret, or I can take it by the reins and say, you know what, I'm going to do something. I'm going to fix myself. I am worth it. And let's just laugh and move forward. And I hope that you know people have taken something away from our conversation today. Can you just give us a link, Verbi? Do you remember the link for your website that people can go to
yes,
right
of
now?
course, of course. It's bhagyashreeonline.com. That's BHAGYASHREE online.com. So
Right,
it's
and
out there, and you, yeah, and
it's out there. Well,
feel
with a
free to
smile.
join in.
Yes, you might have
If no,
better
and
luck
if
afterwards.
nothing else, no, honestly speaking, if nothing else, it's not just about health and diets. It's like we already discussed. It's also about being mentally there.
Yes,
You know, having that sense of gratitude, feeling that sense of happiness, wanting to have that energy so that one sees positivity in every person
yes,
and not kind of attract negative energies, not see negative, because that's the only way that one can move ahead
yes.
faster and live in the moment, you know.
So
It's,
this is
it's
it.
like it's like being a child all over again. You see
Second childhood.
children, you know, yeah, I mean, माँ बच्चे को डांटती है उसके बाद बच्चा वापस खेलना शुरू कर देता है. So it's that's what life should be all about. No, you shouldn't keep on holding on to things that you can't change or you can't move on.
Yeah,
Get on to the next page.
yeah.
You know, we all
Live in the
write our
now.
stories. Exactly, we write our stories. So
Yes.
let's make our life interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, you know, and I hope everyone has got that message. You know, to all my listeners out there, I hope you got the website that you need to go to. There is a lot on there. It's not complicated. A lot of home remedies. Bhagyashree, if I had to ask you for one of your most, I guess your favorite remedy or your favorite spice or your favorite something on the website, what would it be right now?
What I do on a regular basis, which really helps in the state that I am right now,
Uh-huh.
is a teaspoon of yellow methi seeds.
Okay.
Soak it overnight
Mm-hmm.
in about half a cup of water
Mm-hmm.
and drink the water and chew the methi seeds. Most of them keep asking me, why do we have to chew them? Why can't we just drink the water?
Yeah.
But the methi seeds have got a whole lot of zinc,
Right.
iron, calcium. It's got
Yeah.
everything. It's got a whole lot of fiber. So it
Yeah.
kind of helps with your cleansing of your blood. It helps with your insulin levels. It helps with detoxification, and it's brilliant. So try that.
This is it. You heard it here. I suggest you go and try it. And you can try the rest of the stuff too. Now, if you want to see our attempts at getting together, well, you can do. You can watch our IGTV. Both of us probably have something. So have a look. This is what we're doing. We're laughing and joking about it. And you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything, to be honest, Bhagyashree. It has put a smile on my face. And I'm sure it's put a smile on everybody else's face. And if YouTube is your platform, then you can watch Bhagyashree all over again in that 100-watt smile and Annie D in conversation with Bhagyashree. But if you want to read an article or two as well, you can watch her again. She's absolutely everywhere on my website, www.annied.in. So do like and subscribe. Be with it. Enjoy the moment. Bhagyashree, thank you so much for persevering.
Thank you.
It's the type of person that I am, and I felt a lightness, and you could have done anything at this moment, and I'm so glad that we held on to it and we made it happen together.
Made it, yeah.
We did. Women in power. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful talking to you today, and I cannot wait to watch your movie. So just repeat once again when they're out. So one is in April, did you say?
April. 23rd of April, and the other one is on the 31st of July.
Right, so people, keep those dates. Remember those dates. You're going to see Bhagyashree in full form. I cannot wait to see her again on the big screen. You've done so many more movies, but I want to see you today. I want to see that radiance today. I cannot wait. Thank you so much, Bhagyashree.
Thank you so much.
And look at it, I'm tripping over my words. I'm so overwhelmed. All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.